What is going on YouTube? My name is RJ and this is the Gen Z Investor channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving my beginner's guide on how to get started on the stock market, more specifically, how to sell option premium on the stock market, because I believe that is the only statistical way to make alpha or risk-adjusted returns in the stock market. So if you're interested in making money, make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn on your notifications, make sure you comment down below if you have any questions or concerns, and let's get to this video. So let's get into my first point on beginning to sell option premium on the stock market. Now, you're gonna wanna have at least $5,000 to start trading options on the stock market. So if you do not have $5,000, I would do everything in your power to try to work up to having $5,000 so that you can trade naked options in the stock market. So if this means cutting down severely on your expenses, picking up extra shifts at work, or dumping your girlfriend in order to make sure you have enough money to start trading, I would do everything and anything in my power to make sure I can have at least $5,000 deposited in my account before I can start trading options. The main reason for this is that when you sell option premium, you're gonna have to put up front capital, and you're gonna wanna keep additional cash in your portfolio so that you do not receive a margin call. What a margin call is basically when you do not have enough money in your account to post collateral, because essentially when we are selling option premium, we are essentially acting as insurance companies. Therefore, you must post collateral in case a position goes against you. Now, in my opinion, I would go to tastyworks.com and open up a brokerage account there. I myself use Tastyworks, however, I am not sponsored or affiliated with Tastyworks, so I can kind of give my unbiased opinion on the platform. In my personal opinion, I don't actually really like the mobile app. I think that it is very outdated and very slow and very hard to access certain information. So much so that I actually mirror all my trades on Thinkorswim on a simulated trading platform, because Thinkorswim is just designed a lot better and it's a lot more clear, and I can actually access my information a lot faster. However, with that being said, the desktop version of Tastyworks actually isn't that bad. Just the mobile app I really don't like, and it really needs an update. However, Tastyworks is actually a very cheap broker. If you have an account size under $75,000 to $100,000, it is a great choice for a broker platform. So what you'll pay with Tastyworks is essentially you'll pay $1 per opening trade and $0 per closing trade. Additionally, you'll pay about 15 cents in exchange or clearing fees on the platform. Now, this makes Tastyworks actually very cheap relative to other platforms. And again, if you have an account size under $75,000 to $100,000, I would definitely recommend opening up a Tastyworks account. Now, my third point is that you need to learn how to sell naked options. Now again, naked options are where you do not own the underlying stock and you sell an option, either a call or a put on it. Now, I myself trade mostly put options because in the long run, the stock market is statistically more likely to go up than down. Additionally, you're actually taking on way less risk when you sell a put. So naked puts have what we call undefined risk, which I actually don't like that term for a variety of different reasons. First reason being, when you sell a naked put, you technically do have defined risk, because your risk is going to be, or your max loss when you sell a put is going to be the strike price that you chose less the premium times 100 times how many contracts you sold. So technically you do have defined risk when you sell a naked put. Additionally, there's a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people on the internet and a lot of people in real life who actually think selling naked options is very risky. However, that could not be further from the truth. Because the reality is that we as humans are kind of risk averse, and we have certain cognitive biases that make us not really understand statistics that well, and it leads us to act in irrational ways. Let me give you an example. So there are a ton of people out there that are afraid to fly on airplanes because of the possibility of getting into a crash. However, there are plenty of people who are afraid of flying on airplanes, but not afraid of driving in their car. You are statistically way more likely to get into a car accident than dying from a plane crash. However, most humans kind of have this irrational kind of feeling about airplanes that is not very rational. In order to make money on the stock market, you have to essentially act in a rational manner, in my opinion. And the only rational way to make money on the stock market is by selling option premium, because you're essentially taking advantage of irrationalities in the marketplace. So don't be turned away by these people who say selling options is risky. It is completely false. And the people that say that you can't make money selling options are not making alpha on the stock market and clearly do not understand basic statistics. Additionally, they are acting in an irrational way. Furthermore, with selling naked options, you can extend your duration of the trade if it goes against you, and you can manage your winners. So what I do is I close out trades anywhere between 50% to 70% of max profit, usually closer to the 60 to 70% range. It all kind of depends on the circumstances and if I see availabilities of trades I want to make in that current time frame. But again, I kind of close my positions between 50 and 70%. This is because when you're selling option premium, you're essentially selling insurance. However, in the options market, the decay of the option premium is non-linear. So by closing out early, you're actually capturing kind of the steepest part of the decay curve of the option. Through backtesting, most people have kind of concluded that the most optimal time frame to close out naked options is between 50 and 70%. Again, this is depending upon how many kind of other opportunities there are and how much I want to use in my buying power for a given trade. Now, my fifth point is going to be how I identify options trades. Now, I only trade underlyings that have very liquid options. Therefore, I do not have slippage in the stock market, which is essentially the difference between the bid-ask spread. Additionally, I look for high quality underlyings with stable cash flows. So basically, giving you 5 examples, I pretty much watch Facebook, Apple, JP Morgan, McDonald's, Boeing, just to name a few. Now, typically, I do not trade companies that are not profitable because I do not want to take the chance of that company going bankrupt, because I am selling naked options on those trades, and I only want to invest in the best quality companies that I can. The main rule of thumb is that if you are not willing to go long that stock or buy that stock, then you definitely should not sell a naked option on that position. So what I do from this list of stocks is essentially I wait for the stock to make a 5 to 10% downward move, and then I simply sell a naked put about 1 standard deviation below the current market price and collect substantial premium for doing so. So then I kind of wait for the stock to kind of bounce off that low, or I let time kind of eat away at that premium and let the option decay. And then I close out anywhere from 50 to 70% of the max profit, and then I redeploy that capital in another stock. Now, when it comes to trading, more is less, because you do not have to sit in front of a computer screen and analyze stocks all day and buy here, sell here, and do all these kind of crazy configurations when it comes to selling option premium. Essentially, the less you trade, probably the more profitable you will be. It is way better to wait for opportunities to trade rather than trying to force a trade when there is nothing to do in the market and regret it later. Again, when stocks go down, the price of the puts goes up. So we as insurance companies make money from stocks going down and selling put options on those underlyings. Additionally, if that put gets challenged again, I am very comfortable rolling and managing that position, which basically means that I buy the option outright, the one that got challenged, and then I extend the duration of a future option, meaning I sell another option with a later date, and I can collect more time premium for that option, and I can just simply wait for the stock to rally and wait for my kind of assumptions to be right, and I can close that trade out for a profit. This is another reason why I only trade high quality underlyings, because if you sell a put, it gets challenged, you can essentially pretty much just roll that position until it becomes profitable. Furthermore, if you sell a 1 standard deviation put, the probability of it expiring in the money will be 84%. However, you can get that position all the way up to nearly 100% by closing out your winners early and extending your losers. Now, this is a pretty simple guide. This is how people make alpha in the stock market. So in 2019, I have actually not had one losing trade. I have not realized any losses. I have been profitable on every single opening trade, and I strive to make that happen in the future. Again, we have not had that many opportunities to trade options throughout this year. However, I have made a significant amount of money by selling option premium on the stock market, and I think it's the only statistical way to make alpha on the stock market. Any day trading or long-term investing that you do will not lead you to achieve alpha in the stock market. This was my beginner's guide to how to sell option premium in the stock market. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. Again, make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and turn on your notifications. My name is RJ, this was the Gen Z Investor channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.